The Connection podcast, hosted by Yuma County Anti-Drug Coalition and Yuma County Mental Health Coalition, is a community-focused podcast dedicated to informing, educating, and empowering listeners on drug prevention, mental health awareness, and strengthening partnerships for a healthier future.
Welcome to the Connection podcast, brought to you by R.L. Jones Insurance. I'm Joanne Pfizer, Yuma County Anti-Drug Coalition's Executive Director, and
I'm Ginny Executive Director for the Yuma County Mental Health Coalition.
welcome today. We're excited to share some information about our new quarter that we are getting started, and we're just really excited about all of the cool stuff that we have coming up, and we just wanted to share it with you guys today.
Yay, yes,
Yeah.
It's quarter three.
It is quarter 3 of 2025, and we are super stoked about everything. I mean, every single month we have information for you, and we're just going to dive in.
Yeah, it's hard to believe that we're already in the middle of summer and school's about to start again.
It is. And one thing that we really want you guys to know is getting back to school and getting your kids ready, getting these families ready, everyone getting ready for school.
Exactly.
It's just so important. The message that we're going to share is just
Right.
so important for our whole community.
Right.
And that's readiness.
The message about making sure that you have all of your things ready to go, backpack full of all of the supplies and everything like that, but most of all, also the resources and the mindset ready to go back.
I think that's key.
Absolutely.
Well, and it takes the whole family to get everybody ready for school.
Yes.
And you really want to keep yourself organized so that you're not pulling your hair out when the first day of school
Right.
comes around.
Everyone wants to be prepared.
Yeah.
Especially during, the summertime is to relax, rejuvenate, get all of those excitement about family time activities, all of those things out, and then gear up. I can remember all the time when my daughter was in school, one of the most fun things was getting ready to go back to school. And of course, we always knew as parents, it's the most wonderful time of year.
Right. Yay, you're in school again.
Exactly.
Well, and I think that it's important for everyone to help their kids be ready for school.
Right. Right.
Some kids are starting a brand new school if they've graduated junior high, going into high school or even elementary. Some of those elementary schools only go to 5th grade or,
Right.
There's all those different things.
All
Share
of
a
these
little
transitions are happening, sure.
Yeah.
And it's interesting because parents or caregivers often think, oh, I really need to be there when my student is young, right?
Right.
When they're first getting started and everything. And that's absolutely true, I would say. But let's not forget that transition into high school. That is probably the most important time that parents should be there, and not just their freshman year, then going on to into their sophomore year, junior year, and senior year. All of those years have important milestones and transitions that are very important to make sure that they are then ready for post-high school and
Right.
into their college years or career.
What tips would you give families that would help their student be prepared?
Oh, absolutely. So same thing as you're gearing up into getting ready to start the school year, making sure with the school that they're attending, whether it's going to be preschool or, elementary, junior high, or into the college, high school years, and even first
Even
years
for-
of college,
Yeah,
right?
'cause we have
Definitely,
AWC
you
here.
don't stop parenting once your student gets into college. That's for sure. But definitely, all of those things. Make sure you're in communication with the school. And the schools are so good about having all types of communication
And
now.
calendars,
you
right?
know? Yeah, and you just really can find everything online now, and that's kind of our digital world right now. but making sure that you are just in line with all of those dates, because no one likes to miss out on anything, right? We all
Right.
have FOMO with that, especially students when they're with their classmates. They want to make sure that they have all of the right supplies, their schedule's set, all of those things in place. And so you just really want to make sure you're in communication with each district, each school, for that. And then, like I said, just pay attention to those things. And then the conversation should be about, yes, making sure what's on the school supply list and in your backpack and everything like that. But it should also be about some of the goals that you're going to set forth for the year, and I'll just speak to as the students get older and they're transitioning into those high school years, making sure that they are in their academics. But one of the things that makes students successful in school typically is if they're involved in an activity.
How
So
fun.
that is either a club or a sport or something beyond just the academics. That helps in so many different ways, right? It helps with their academics, actually keeps them motivated to keep their grades up, but it just helps them socially too, and with some of those
And they enjoy going
skills
to school
that they
because they're
need.
part of the club, or
Absolutely.
they have to, do
Absolutely.
something during lunch for the club, or
Right, because
activity.
let's face it, I mean, I would even say elementary school and definitely junior high and high school, it's really all about fitting in and finding your place where you fit in. And most of the students, they're going to be in their classes and everything like that, but where they really find their tight-knit groups are in their clubs and activities and sports.
Yeah, that
For sure.
social aspect is very important. And again, it just makes going to school, enjoyable, and looking forward to seeing your friends, not just going to
Right.
math class or something like that.
Exactly. And I would say to the families, make sure you know who your students' friends are,
yeah.
I would definitely say those types of things. We're just talking about mindset, right? And we're just talking about getting off on the right foot with your mindset. And I think it's just so important to just, especially as they get older, just keep that communication open.
Mm-hmm.
We were talking a while back with someone, and we were sharing that, when kids are younger, they tend to have these different conversations with us, and it's just such a small thing to us, right? Mm-hmm. But it's so huge to them. So take the time to have those small bits of conversation with them then, so that later on, when it comes a big topic or a big conversation, they'll still be willing to participate in that conversation with you.
Yes, that's so important, that the door is always open to come and talk to you as a parent or a caregiver,
right? And
keep that line of communication.
Yeah, as a
free.
former high school counselor, that was one of the biggest things I would see with students is they would always feel like they had a difficult time conversing with their parents about whatever topic
Anything.
it might be,
Yeah.
And so I would just say, like I said, if you just keep that conversation open, the younger they are, and you just establish that, as a habit kind of thing, I think they'll be more willing to be open-minded to talk to you about different things,
Yeah,
whether
I love
it's
that.
positive
That makes
or
sense.
negative, right? So,
Well, moving on into our, we're full on in school, and we're talking during this campaign not only about, mental health and being prepared for school, but also understanding drug prevention.
right.
August is the month that is recognized internationally for Overdose Awareness Day, and it's nice that our community is involved in this, and they actually put on a walk. Sonora Works Prevention puts on a walk in
that's
memory, and they have a lot of participants. It's it's sad, but there are a lot of people walking for loved ones that they've lost.
Right.
And what's important at our coalition is the health district. We have Ryan
Oh my
Butcher.
gosh,
Yeah.
yes. Amazing.
He is our vice chair, and he just brings so much to the table with data and his team and supporting our community and understanding, you know, what's going on and how we can help others. You know, they
Right.
really analyze their data and they help in every way that they can. We're just fortunate, you know.
Yeah, I think it's so unique and special, and it's because of the coalition that we're able to get that data. And it's not just statistics are great and data is great for the national level and even the state level and everything, but to find out our own what's really happening here
Right.
in our own community is very unique. So to be able to have that data is very special.
And it shows our work. So numbers don't lie. You know,
Absolutely.
when we're out there
Absolutely.
in the community sharing resources and helping other people and bringing prevention and mental health information to everyone, you will see the data reflects. And that's what's exciting, you
Right.
know, about data and showing how it impacts so many people.
Right.
Awareness is important, and it takes everyone to help and do that.
Yeah, and the awareness walk, like you were talking about, yes, it's sad, absolutely, but I think it's so important because the education piece is there, and it's a way to honor those people that we've lost, and I just think that education and awareness is where we need to
And
make
to
sure
be
we
there for
put our
other
focus.
people. You know, to be there for other people. There's a lot of people that come out that share their resources for those that have lost people and walk or, you know, provide something else for those families. But it's just important that people know we're there for each other. And that's
Right.
how our community works.
Exactly.
We're so blessed.
Just
We
coming
are
together as
so
a community,
blessed.
for sure.
And that leads us into our last topic that we want to share about what we're sharing for this quarter. And that, you know, has a lot to do with what your coalition brings to the table. And
Right.
we're really, really excited about it.
Right.
This is going to be an amazing campaign the whole month long, but wrapping it up in September, which is, well, I'll just let you share.
Okay, it's National Suicide Prevention Awareness Month, and yeah, it's been an incredible journey already, going through and looking for the different resources, bringing awareness, and one of our key components to the Mental Health Coalition is the Yellow Ribbon Suicide Awareness Program, and just talking and being able to establish with our whole community
Yep.
that it's okay to ask for help,
Yes.
and showing them, not just saying that, but able to bring them ways to do that, right?
Correct.
To educate and bring them ways to do that. And we will be, oh my goodness, we have so many plans.
Yes, we do. And it's so much fun because everyone's on board.
Right.
Everybody that we talk to about, you know, this program, they are super excited about
Right.
it.
It's a very easy program. It's super practical. It was actually, it's youth driven. It was started by students. And so it's just an incredible thing to see something good come out of something so not so good.
Right.
Right.
And teaching, you know, teaching others
Exactly.
to help others is so important.
Right. And
And
in
this
this program,
tool,
it's
yeah.
just a basic life skill.
Yes.
Right. Just like we teach our kids basic life skills, like what do you do before you cross the street?
Correct.
What do you do when your clothes catch fire? What do you do, you know, if there's an emergency? Who do
Yeah.
you call? And things like that. So it's just another basic life skill. And I think the thing about trying to help people with regards to a mental health emergency, I'll call it, people have no fears or anxiety about helping somebody within a medical emergency, right? You
Correct,
call
like-
911. That's just what you do.
Or even the flu.
Right.
Yeah. You're
Exactly.
just, let me help you.
But there's always been this stigma, which is really fear of trying to help somebody that is struggling with mental health, right? And that stigma, that fear is really just not knowing what to do themselves, thinking that they have to fix it themselves or solve
Correct.
it themselves. And they really don't. And that's what this program does. It just helps everyone to understand that they're just a link, and you're just
Yes.
linking up to the next person to find that person help.
which is amazing because our links are strong. Our links are so strong. The support that we have within our coalitions is where it's at. And we're here to share the information and give you those resources, whether you're visiting our website
Right.
or coming to our coalition meetings and learning.
Yes.
And, you know, it's just huge.
And then bringing out, and that's where we get all of our guests from the podcast, right? Is from that coalition.
Yes.
Those coalition meetings, and they are just
Powerful.
moving it out into the community, right? And then it's even more powerful because they're connecting together.
Yes.
And so, it's just been a really incredible journey so
It
far.
has. This quarter is going to be amazing. So much good stuff. We can't wait.
Can't
and
wait.
you'll find so much of it on our website. But
Yeah,
you'll
talk
also,
about our website.
so our
My
website is
goodness.
amazing. YCADC.org. It houses all of our resources that come to the table at our coalition. You'll find so much information that you could actually print off.
Yes.
You can print off information that you're seeking. If you're looking for, how to administer Narcan, if you're looking for
Right.
ways to talk to your kids about saying no to drugs and, one pill can kill, all the fentanyl information, the mental health information that's on there,
Right.
mindful practices, so many different ideas. You can find everything on our website, but also follow all of our social media handles because that's where this campaign is really
Exactly.
pushed out.
That's where it's pushed out.
So many things that you will be able to have in your tool belt, you will have at your fingertips. So you can find us on Facebook, Instagram, our YouTube page, Spotify. There's just everywhere. Everywhere.
We're everywhere.
Yeah. And we love that because we want so many people to, maybe share this episode. You can actually text it right from our YouTube page. You can just copy the link and text it to a friend. And we're just super excited about what we're doing together.
Yeah, so happy that we're together.
Yeah. I mean, it just makes sense,
Another connection.
Our connection. The Connection podcast. Do you think we covered everything for the quarter?
I do.
I do too.
Yeah.
I do too. So we're going to sign off with that. Visit us at ycadc.org and thank you for being here with us today. Have a great day. See you next time.